I mean, it's super nice to have a fast suit where you can save 10 or 20 centimeters on the finish line. Few acceleration, like 800 watts or 1000 watts seated on the saddle before the real sprint. So it's also nice to train a bit seated on the saddle. Team sprinting position is faster, is more lower head and things like this. I also have 38 handlebar and I will try to go wider. We rode a lot on the classics. The weather is most of the time really bad, and it's nice to have also a rain jacket which can really fit close to the body, can go really fast, getting warm and protect us from the rain. I could do really nice results in the future, like World Championships, green jersey tour.
Welcome back to the Castelli podcast. I'm your host, Søren Jensen, Castelli Marketing Manager. Today's episode marks our second conversation with Paul Magnier, one of the brightest young stars in professional cycling. In this part, we dive deeper into what really happens inside the final 1,000 meters of a sprint. The mindset, the chaos, tactics, precision, and the instinct it takes to win. Paul also shares what separates a good sprinter from a great one, how he handles the pressure, and his best advice on becoming a faster, smarter sprinter no matter your level. Plus, we'll talk about his favorite Castelli pieces for racing and training in any kind of weather. But before we start, if you haven't listened to last week's first episode, I highly recommend you starting there, where we covered his early journey into the WorldTour, his breakthrough wins, and his record-breaking 2025 season, and the coordination of a lead-out train. But now, without further delay, sit back, relax, and enjoy the second episode with Paul Magnier. Bienvenue on the Castelli podcast. Don't just aim for the moon, aim for the universe.
Yeah.
I mean, you always need to dream higher. And I'm pretty sure on your list of other dream races to win one day, you mentioned one here earlier, but there's probably at least 2 or 3 of the monuments, like San Remo, Roubaix, the Flanders maybe, I don't know.
Yes.
But a green jersey at the Tour. Including a couple of stages,
That's all my goals.
The World Championship jersey, or the Rainbow jersey, you mentioned that. You know, it's who knows. I mean, you have been. I don't want to put you into any box, but I read in, I don't remember if there was L'Equipe last year. Somebody there, a journalist, already put you in a box comparing you to the Grand Bernardino. You know. But that again, I mean, you're still very young. You still need to find out also not only your potential, but what kind of cyclist you are. Because are you a pure sprinter? Are you a puncher? Are you a classic specialist? Are you an all-rounder? I mean, I think there's still a lot there to discover. I mean, how do you see yourself?
No, this is nice to be really young. I still need to discover a lot. I also have a nice connection with my coach, Frédéric Brochet, where he can really explain me what I need to work on, what type of rider I am. He can see better than me. He had a lot of experience. He's also the coach of team, so he can also like compare a lot of things. And that's really nice. And he also believed that I could do really nice results in the future, like World Championships, green jersey tour, big monuments, but it will make time, and I have time because I'm only 21 years old, so that's super motivating, and I'm really excited to get into 2026.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward for it. I mean, you still got many more years to come in front of you. So, Paul, there's one thing that I forgot to ask you earlier when we talked about sprinting, and one of them is, maybe since you're still so young, you don't even think about it. But how do you handle the pressure of knowing you have just one chance to get it right, winning the sprint, when the whole team on that specific day is riding only for you?
For me, I have really no pressure from the team about any results. And this is what I like. I put pressure on myself because I want to be one of the best. So I just ask the team that I don't need extra pressure or something. So I just do my own plan, and I'm really focused to do my best. I don't need someone to kick my ass to go on training or something. I know what I have to do, and that's a big advantage. And then when I see all my teammates working hard for me on the race, it's really not pressure for me. It really gives me extra power, because when I see them working, I also can see that they are confident on me, and it gives me an extra confidence boost. And this is so important in the sprint that it gives me more confidence than pressure.
Yeah. That's a good way to have it, you know, and feel.
I think the pressure can come if they are working every time super hard, and then you never win for 1, 2, 3, 10 times. But for the moment, it really never happened to me. So I did not really experience that feeling. But anyway, I lost few sprints this year, and the team, they were really not feeling mad at me or anything. They know I give my best, and I think this is the most important. They see me training hard. They see me giving my best on the races. So they can just be happy that we tried, and then there is no way to be sad or something. We just focus on the next one.
Do you think that's also part of the Wolfpack mentality?
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we are all working for winning, working hard for winning together. And I think if we don't win, we just need to learn from it. And there is no other way to feeling bad about losing a race or something. For sure, when we start, we want to win. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but we need to learn from it. And I think this year we get 54 victories, and that's a huge number just behind UAE. So we can really be proud of it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Congrats to you and also the team.
Yeah.
So you already mentioned it, I think 2 times already. That nasty crash last year in the Tour of Britain.
Yeah.
After you had just won 3 stages. That crash even forced you to end your season there in September. How do you reset mentally after a crash, or even a near miss like at Omloop this year where you were beaten by just a few centimeters? How do you reset mentally?
Yeah, after a crash, the hardest thing was to accept that the season was over. I had planned to do European or Worlds, but you just need to accept that you crash, that your body will take time to recover. And from the moment you accept it, I think your body recovers faster. You get the motivation getting bigger and bigger day after day to come back on training. And then it gets really easy to go back on the bike and train. And then, after Omloop, you're really nervous in the car. For sure, you're in the podium. But as a winning mentality, you're on the podium, but you would like to be on the first step. But you still need to enjoy a second place. It's a super great result also for Quick Step after a 2024 really hard season. The classics, it was nice to start the Cobbles classic season with a second place.
Yeah.
And then we had quite some few really nice results to follow. So you just need to be nervous 1 or 2 hours. And then, take the results on the side and focus on the next. And then, I did second in Sama, just behind Mathieu, beating by stronger. So it's easier to accept. But it can happen to be second, and you just need to, learn from it. And I hope if I race Omloop and I'm there for the winning, I will not make the same mistakes.
In Omloop, when Philipsen third, as you beat him, you were beaten by just a few centimeters by Mathieu van der Poel. Mm-hmm. I mean, you were already up there, playing amongst some of the best sprinters at the moment. Yeah,
I think Omloop Warrenscholz won, and that was in
exactly.
Summer. That's Mathieu beat me.
Yeah, Omloop was Søren Wernskjold, and then
me, and then Philipsen. Okay. In Summer was Mathieu, me, and then I think a guy from Total.
Emilien
Janier,
okay. Exactly, from Total Energies.
Yeah.
But especially also with the crash there, that was a bad one. I mean, you said it's nice to hear you saying it from a point of view of more like, okay, I'm bummed that I couldn't go to the Worlds and my season ended before planned, but you didn't get scared by that crash because it was a nasty crash you had there.
Yeah.
But you were mentally strong.
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot do anything about it. I need to recover, back on the horse.
I think my advantage that also I did not remember what happened. So I think that was an advantage. I will never know what happened. So I cannot really be scared about it. I just see now my knee a bit destroyed, but I mean, that's life. And
because you also had a bad concussion, I think.
Yeah,
no?
I had a big concussion.
Yeah.
I think I forget 24 hours of my life. But
But it's important it doesn't scare you because, that's what separates the best sprinters.
Yeah.
And staying focused, like what you say, and be working on your skills, also coming with a background from mountain biking.
Yeah.
You have some very good technical skills also there. Do you think those are the things that separates a good sprinter from a great run? I mean, we mentioned Dries, Bert van Leerberg, they're also amazing sprinters.
Yeah.
But they haven't really got into the top end of top sprinters winning all the races.
Yeah, I think like Bert already had the opportunity to sprint, like if team leave a 1 week race or something. But there is riders who are scared to win also. And you also need this winning mentality. I think I really switched into another mode when I'm in the last K. Like the way I'm shouting at the finish line and things like this. It's really not something I can do in the normal life. So that's really something that happened in my head. I cannot describe what is it, but this is things also that people don't like to be leader, because when you're a leader and you don't win the race, you also need to. I mean, some people could feel really bad about it, and you just don't have to feel bad about it. You just tried your best, and I think the difference between Bert and Tim, also Bert is really strong, but not the fastest. A sprinter need to be the fastest, and that's also the small gap.
So it's the power, the confidence, the mindset, the focus, everything.
And the leadership.
And the leadership, correct. You mentioned that you're screaming out loud when you're crossing the line. And I remember all the photos also with you, with your hands in the air and screaming almost like a gorilla to the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also the whole build-up. And you haven't never mentioned any pressure, because it seems like you try to avoid that word, also the pressure. There is some pressure on you, but you don't really feel it maybe the same way as most other riders. But there's still something building up in you, and everything is coming out when you cross the line. But what is your inner voice saying when your legs are screaming, but the line is still 200 meters away?
On sprint, I really never feel my legs. They are just spinning, and I don't really feel my legs on the sprints. It's just speed, and I think I'm so focused that I don't really think about the pain in the legs. But for sure, when I cross the finish line, I always have a lot of pain.
What is your favorite Castelli kit for racing? I assume that would be the Sanremo S8 speed suit.
Yeah, we make few details for me and team to really make it personalized. So in the end, we found a suit that suits us. I mean, it's super nice to have a fast suit where you can save 10 or 20 centimeters on the finish line, and this is something that we can get with Castelli, and that's a big advantage. And the bike is important, the suit is important, the legs are important.
The whole equipment and
equipment is important. Yes.
It's all about their marginal gains, but when it do come to clothing, 75% of the aerodynamic drag is coming from the rider. That's why it's so important. That's why we also took Tim to the wind tunnel in Milan in early March this year, I think it was. But his racing position is a little different to yours, though.
Yeah, I think Tim is...
sprinting position, sorry.
Yeah, his sprinting position is faster. I mean, is more lower head and things like this. I think I still have the arms moving a bit everywhere. So this is something I'm also training at the gym to make sure I'm really gained the gainage.
Yeah.
That can be really good. I mean, when team sprint, it's really like a machine. His leg is just like.
Yeah.
Me, I'm still a bit more like waving right or left. So this is something I'm training. But I think Tim is really. He works also a lot on his aerodynamics because, in the Tour de France, you need to go maybe 75, 76k an hour to win the sprint. And at that speed, 1 centimeter lower can make a big difference.
A huge difference, yeah.
Yeah.
And we saw it also in the wind tunnel. I mean, the way that he sprints, he gets his head really low, but also his elbows out. They're still flicking out.
Yeah, I think he tried 42 underbar because I also have 38 underbar, and I will try to go wider to make sure I don't sprint like this, but more like this.
Yeah.
So this is something we are trying, and I will test when I will go to California for some new bike fits. Yeah, this is some things we still need to learn, and this is why we can still have a progression.
Yeah. So then the suit is the key piece there in your clothing arsenal for sprinting or high speed racing. Then you also got your fast feet socks and shoe covers that you also use.
Yeah, I think, everything is getting important now, even the gloves, the socks, the suit is the most important for sure. Something that's stay close to the body, that you don't have waving clothes. And this is why it's nice to work with Castelli. The goal is to be as fast as possible. And I think something also really nice is we rode a lot on the classics. The weather is most of the time really bad. And it's nice to have also a rain jacket, which can really fit close to the body, can go really fast, getting warm and protect us from the rain. I see a lot of riders from other teams buying the Castelli clothes and just putting out the Castelli logo, but that's a super nice item for the classics races.
Yeah, I've seen a lot in the past, also this season, with riders with blacked out Castelli Scorpion logos. But actually on the website, we introduced this spring a place on a website that is called the Pro Shop, where people can find in the top menu.
Okay.
Pro Shop and Speed Shop. But the Pro Shop, you can find all those iconic pieces that you're talking about, like the Gabba jacket, the Slicker Pro jackets, and the Perfetto, with no Castelli logos on whatsoever. Because we have had those requests coming in from riders since Milan Sanremo 2013, asking if they could buy something. And then if they couldn't get them through us, then the riders then would go to the shop, like you said, and then black out the Scorpion logo. But now people can actually go and buy it. And it was something we were kind of in between the decision making if we should make it available to everyone or only on request, like what we have done now in the last 12 years. But we decided this year to make it available for every cyclist, because the cycling world, both the bike industry, but also with you guys, with the professionals, it's one big family. And, the riders, they change teams and we're all good friends. So that's why we decided to open it up. So actually everyone can go on the Castelli website now, if there's still something available, and get their own products without the logo on. And one of the other reasons we're also doing this is because that the products are so iconic that even on television, it's easy to spot an original Gabba, Perfetto, Gavia, or Slicker Pro jacket or Hydro jacket in the past, from a fake one.
Yeah, the material using. Yeah, when I see someone with a jacket from Castelli, I immediately recognize it. So
yeah. So do you ever visualize sprints before the race, the corners, the timing, the lead out? I mean, how much research goes into fine-tuning the perfect lead out ahead of race start?
Yeah, the best thing is to watch the past race few times. You can sometimes have an idea how the bench react to which corner, if it's a fast corner or not. If the bunch stretch out after the corner or if it still stay a bubble. This is things you can watch on TV before. And then you also need like good sport director, I think here in Quickstep. They won more than 1,000 races now. So they know how to learn to the young riders how to make a nice lead out. And then we also have experienced rider who knows what to do. Because now we also have a lot of young riders in the team, really strong. But yeah, in the lead out, you need to be strong, but also smart and experienced. And this is what we learned a lot this year, and I think it will just get better and better. So that's super nice. Yeah.
So then you would then get advice from the DSs, the coach or teammates.
Yeah.
But do you also, maybe not for a stage race, but maybe a one-day race, when you're sitting there in your hotel room and you mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you like to browse YouTube, do you go and watch also some old races, of the exact same race and just, try to visualize or look at the finish, how it went and
Yeah.
corners and...
Normally, like on most of the races I do, I know the last 3K. I mean, I know, like, for example, 3K to go is a right corner, 2K to go is a left corner, and then it's 2K straight. That's nice. When you're in the sprint, you don't really have time to look your Garmin to see how many Ks is to the finish line or watch on the right if there is a sign or something. So you know that like 3K to go is right, 2K to go is left, and then it's just straight. It also helps to take the good lines that, you're not surprised that there is a corner because, when you're in the middle of the bubble, you cannot really visualize everything. You just see the wheel of the riders in front of you. I have the advantage to be quite tall, so I can also look a bit over the other riders, but that's not the goal because you lose a bit of energy. So most of the time I know the last 3K, every corner and things like this.
And for stage races, maybe in the morning in the bus, the DSs will show it on the big screen.
Yeah.
Maybe some Google Street View and some clips so you can see the corners or the tricky, more technical parts of the finish.
That's the work of the sport director.
It is. So then sitting in the bus there before race start, what does your mental preparation look like on the race morning? Is it a playlist? Is it self-talk? Making yourself a good coffee on the bus, having a chat with your teammates? How does it look like?
I think recover as much as possible on stage race. Stay calm. Don't spend stupid energy. But then, I most of the time be the DJ in the bus. So I like to put the music on the box and then just start to prepare myself. Make sure I have everything, my socks, my suit and everything. But there is no really like a special ritual. Just put the music and be ready for the race.
What's on your playlist? Give me the top 3 artists.
It really changed. I like to put like Martin Garrix or music like this, music that everybody knows and everybody can be like attracted by this music, and it's nice to dance a bit before the race, be in the mood, and then go in the start line.
Good rhythm, positive vibes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Paul, if any of our listeners listen to this episode are asking themselves now how they can become a better sprinter for road races, criteriums, no matter the level, what advice would you give them in the training? What should they focus on?
What they could focus on, I think, just maybe watch also sprint from the pros. I think you can learn from it, see how a sprinter moves into the bench. And then, just work a lot on the strength.
So there we're talking gym, but what about on the bike?
Yeah, on the bike, I mean, I never had really a spring training. It's more about getting fun with the town sign when I'm training with friends and things like this. Maybe sometimes doing a bit too much, so the trainer try to keep me calm. I don't really have a special... I have some few special gym training on the bike, but it's like sprint 10 seconds, 8 seconds, lower gear, torque.
So you would then start out the sprint maybe in a very high gear, so you have slow cadence and build it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Things like this, also seated sprint, because, we also do in the last K a few acceleration, like 800 watts or 1000 watts seated on the saddle before the real sprint. So it's also nice to train a bit seated on the saddle.
Yeah. What is your average, like in a race finish, average 5-minute power
Yeah, 5-minute power is also most of the time quite high. I think it can be between 400 or 380 in the last 5 minutes. Can be also more. Can be also 500 if it's a hard final.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's also something you have to take into account. It's not because you're the fastest on the town sign that you will win a lot of races. But yeah, I think the most important is to always have space to sprint and save as much as energy as possible.
And then also the cadence, because the strength is still making between brackets your legs slower. I mean, you also need to work on the speed and get some speed into your legs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe not all people have the opportunity, like most professionals, to ride pacing behind a car, do some scooter pacing.
I also never do.
You never do that? Okay.
No. No, I think I get everything by the gym, and also on training can take a false flat, getting into or a slidey up or a flat sport, and just really spinning the legs and try to speed up as fast as possible. But I almost never do scooter.
No. I remember when I was racing myself, a lot of times we would never had the options to have a scooter, or sometimes you always had to call a friend or have your father going out. It would always be, a hassle. But in Denmark, since 90% of the times, the wind is always coming from west. And it's always like it's very windy in Denmark in winter.
Okay.
Just to give you an example on how windy it can be. In the south of Denmark, when it's flat areas, a lot of trees, they're growing in the direction of east because of the wind. But then a lot of times we would then ride out in headwind with an average of 30, 32, or maybe even less, but like working more power because it was just so windy. But then when we would turn around after 30 kilometers riding into the headwind, then it would be like 52, 53.
Yeah.
And then we'll be working on a speed, getting some speed into our legs.
That's like behind a scooter.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you could be there with a couple of riders, you take turns, so you just keep the speed going. So I mean, like you said, there are different ways you can work on your speed.
There is multiple of way. I mean, also on the climbs, I also can train like doing 10 minutes at 100 cadence, just to make the leg spinning. You can do the same on the flats. I mean, we have enough gears to do a bit everything we want. So yeah, I never really train behind a scooter. I think this is something I will do maybe more in the future, to train the resistance, doing 1 or 2 hours after a 3 hours ride.
Exactly.
But yeah, this I will do it later.
So then also talking about riding in maybe in the mountains with a high cadence, doing a stage race when you know that today is a hard mountain stage, but tomorrow it's a sprint finish. Do you then get on like the lightest gear you can get and then try just to spin over the mountain climbs and making sure that you stay within the time limit? Or how do you usually save your legs for the next day?
Yeah, the most important is to stay fueled, eat enough, drink enough, and also save the energy. I also like most of the time to help the guys, the climbers, because they also help me on the sprint. Now I try to really learn to recover as much as possible for the day after. And yeah, when there is a hard climb, long climb, most of the time a gruppetto start to get formed, and the goal is just to get it to there, and then just save the energy, take maybe 1 or 2 turns, and make the day going faster. But yeah, there is not really anything special to do.
No. How does your gearing look like for a flat race with a fast sprint finish?
56 now, I think 56.11 with Shimano. That's the minimum we need to get. I think above 73, 74k an hour, we are sprinting at cadence of 105, 110.
Yeah.
And for me, that's the best cadence. But yeah, I think in the future, the sprint will be even faster and faster. So maybe we'll need to start to use the 58. I think Tim used it already 1 or 2 times at the Tour or at the Giro, I don't remember. That start to get huge. But
it is huge. Yeah. I was almost thinking here, like, must be a downhill finish. No, it's not.
No.
We have seen that over the last couple of years, or since, the post-pandemic, that the average speed in all races just gone up.
Yeah, just
big
going
time.
up. I think we get fastest bike, fastest kids. fastest legs. That's just normal progress.
But even the lifestyle and going, like you said, going to the gym year round was something that you would not do 5, 6, 7 years ago. You only do it in winter. So, you know what I mean? You take care of your body, you know, everything. It's all about the marginal gains, nutrition, everything, included getting right sleep, go to races, you have maybe your own mattress. You mean, you have them, there's so many things.
That's things that start. Then you just need to be careful that you have enough mental energy to do everything. Like there is things that I cannot do, like weighting my food, getting a whoop, watching every day my sleeping score and things like this. That things that really killed my health. So I just stopped with it, and I'm really okay with it. But yeah, on the other part, I'm also learning to know myself, how to sleep well, how to fuel enough without using the skill or.
Also, because all the variables that we all wear today, I mean, they can easily be distracted. And I think they're great for people who don't know their bodies that well. But for you as a professional athlete,
you need to know your body.
Yeah. And you know that if you get 6 hours of sleep, that's not going to work. You know, you already know that before. I mean, the next day you'll feel fine, but you cannot continue with less than 7 hours of sleep every night. So. And the same also with food, you know what reactions your body will have to certain kind of foods and drinks and so on. So, yeah.
And everybody knows what is healthy food. You just need to make sure as a pro cyclist, because you burn a lot of calories, to make sure that you have an intake big enough, especially with now fastest races. So more calories and things like this. But yeah, this is some things that I learn. I also sometimes make mistake, like maybe thinking too much or not enough. But yeah, you need to learn from it. I think if you don't learn from it and you always use the Garmin to look, the watch, the Whoop, and one day you don't have it, you can get really stressed about it.
Yeah.
But if you learn to know your body, you can really be good with that. I think Julien is the biggest example of that. He never used any scale, anything. He just knows his body so well, and he also knows how to race so well. And he also showed it again in Canada. It was really nice to see.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I really enjoyed the time working with him here on the team with Lulu. It's a
big example.
Yeah, no, it is. But also you can see he's also a bit old style when it comes to different things. He has double wrapped handlebar tapes.
Yeah.
I think only very few times, if ever, I saw him wear a suit. Yeah, you know, so yeah.
He's a old school, but he knows what to do.
Exactly.
I think he knows how to prepare a goal. He also gets older, so this is why the results get a bit lower. But as I talk a few times with the staff, he won so many big races, and it looks normal when he do it, and it doesn't look normal when he don't do it anymore. But yeah, there is always like variation in the shape when you get older. You can also get more scared. And this is just like...
Yeah, I mean, also things change when you get older. You start thinking more, and also
when you get father also, you have a baby waiting for you. You have your wife, and this is the case of Julien. So
you know, there's more than just the bike. You know, I always adored and the way that he maneuvers his bike with his experience from cyclocross. I mean, also the way he's coming down, the way he won the Worlds during the COVID year in 2020 was so beautiful.
That's.
You already mentioned that you really like the Gavia jacket.
Yeah.
But do you have any other go-to Castelli products for racing when it's cold, wet, or windy?
Arm warmers. We use them really a lot.
The Nanoflex, the water repellent?
No, the other model, lighter. We use them a lot more. I think we use the Nanoflex when it's raining for a biggest protection. But yeah, we used a lot the suits. And then we try to get like wind stopper or things that you can put off easily.
Yeah, a light wind vest or jacket.
Yeah, doesn't make you overcook during the race. Like you cannot put a winter jacket on the race. Sometimes you would like, but no, you need to wear small clothes because you're every time in the effort, so your body create temperature into the suit. So you don't need to wear that much. yeah, but easy things to put off. It's the key of a race kit.
Yeah. Then also in winter time, especially when, well, you're not going to need them that much more when moving to Côte d'Azur, but in Grenoble, the heavy for training winter types, like the Sopaso winter type and the Alpha jacket, maybe.
Cover shoes a lot, also gloves. The most important is to have all the extremity of the body really well covered.
Yeah.
This is nice with the shoe cover, the gloves, the neck, the buff. So yeah, this is the most important. And then also it's nice to have a good jacket, the one with 2 zipper. I don't know the model, but I use it a lot in Grenoble in the mountains, because like in the valley it can be 10-15 degrees at the top of the mountain, 1-2 degrees, then down. So it was nice to have 2 zip that you can easily close or open, and that was the jacket I used the most, I think, in Grenoble.
The Perfetto, that one.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Now we have a new Perfetto jacket, which you will try on this afternoon when we go out and do some photos, and I can tell you more there. But it will also have the double sliding zipper. We also have it on the vest and a few other products. But it's like you said, it's really nice because you can open it from the bottom and just use it as for ventilation without having the whole jacket flapping or without getting a cold breath of cold air on your torso.
Mm-hmm. This is also really nice with the GABA. Because most of the time you have gels and bars in the suits, and you put a GABA and you just open the bottom, you take a bar and you can close it, and that's pretty quick, because if you cannot, you need to put off all the jacket, and then it's big bordel.
It is. And then plus on the GABA, you also have the rear pockets, so you can also fill those up. And do you remember your very first GABA day? Oh, it could also be as an amateur.
My first real GABA was one of the best in the world, the Castelli one. So yeah, I'm very happy to work with a brand like this.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. And we're happy to have people, athletes like you and like the other guys on the team here giving us very constructive feedback, which can always help us making the products not only better for you and the team to be able to perform at your very best with the most performance-enhancing clothing, but also that the same products will trickle down to everyday cyclists. There's a few riders we do some very specific custom modifications, but all the rest have the same sizes, the same fit as what we, that we give to everyday cyclists.
My girlfriend, she just received few kits from Castelli. She's doing few TikToks and videos on Instagram. So she just received few kits from Castelli, and like with nice colors.
That must have been through our French distributor.
French Castelli, Castelli, France, true. They were there in the Rock d'Azur. I don't know if you know these mountain bike events.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, that's cool. I'm happy to hear that. That's awesome. That's cool. When you're not training or racing, how do you like to unwind? Just complete apart from hanging with your girlfriend, with your friends, and just completely...
Yeah.
Do you like cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That was exactly my answer.
Oh, really?
I mean, food, I'm eating a lot. I mean, as a cyclist, you're eating a lot.
As a cyclist, yeah.
But when I was student, I really did not took at all time for making nice cook, because I was working, then I need to study, then I need to train. So I was eating like knacks, pasta, pesto, ketchup. But now I get a lot of chef on the roads. On the races, we now have chef who are making nice food and things like this, so I can ask for a recipe. And now I did not really took time to train my cooking skills, because my mother was cooking, but now I'm with my girlfriend, and I'm trying to get better at it. And when you're eating nice food, nice presentation, it also gives more motivation to eat more.
It does, because it's not easy when you're at a stage race and you have to shovel in all that rice or pasta, every day.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a chef that can make like a small sauce, like the meat, instead of just a piece of meat, like a piece of meat with a bit of sauce. Different pasta, can be quinoa or noodles, just to change a bit, a nice wrap. And also in the morning, the porridge, instead of porridge with honey or jam, bit of fruits, a nice omelette with jam and cheese instead of just a normal omelette. It's just few things that make the lunch more enjoyable after like 5 hours race under the rain.
Oh yeah.
You enter in the bus and you have rice. That's not easy. If you can get noodles with few vegetables, a bit of chicken with sauce, that's really more enjoyable. And this is what we ask to the chef.
We have all the different flavors and it just gives you that bit extra of looking forward to maybe after 5 hours in the rain and cold and coming back to the bus and can chill. It's also nice that you can bring some of that home when you cook for your girlfriend and you cook together.
Yeah, that's also a nice activity you can spend together. I'm most of the time on the roads, on the races. When I'm come back home, I'm also 1 or 2 days really tired. So it's nice if you can spend activity together, like cooking. And I also like to spend my time chilling a bit. Now I bought a paddle to go on the water.
Oh, nice.
So the weather was still really warm the last 2 months. So I went a few times there on the water, seeing the sunset or things like this. And I don't have money enough to buy a yacht, but on the paddle, I could spend some nice time.
Yeah, but who knows? In a couple of years down at the Côte d'Azur, you might need a boat.
Yeah, exactly. Or jet ski. Jet ski is something I'm really looking for. I like adrenaline and high sensation. So yeah.
When working at the Mavic before moving to Castelli, there in Annecy, we did wakeboarding.
I think we forget to, because I remember we talked because my father also worked in Mavic.
Yes.
And we forget to end up that discussion, but I will send a text again to my father.
Yeah, because I remember last time you called him. And Two last questions here. Do you have any other hidden hobbies or talents apart from cycling, mountain biking, that fans might not expect from you?
Talents, I don't know, but I really like to ski. This is an activity I did a lot in the past. Also tennis. So I still play tennis a few times a year. That's nice activities. Ski, I stopped a bit because it's dangerous for the knees, and on the contract you cannot really do it. But I just love sports. I'm a sport lover. I did multiple of sports when I was younger. Handball, basketball, I tried almost everything. So I think my hobby is really the sport, being the nature. And then for the rest, just chilling with friends, having fun. Also having a nice dinner.
But I think also when you're born and raised in Grenoble, in the middle of the French Alps and the mountains, I think you're basically born with skis on your feet. I mean, they either do downhill skiing, Nordic skiing, and ski randonnée. You know.
I think my parents educate me like this. Also, when we were going on holiday, it was not that we go to Dubai on holiday. It was more going to Corsica, doing some walks, a lot of walks. I think walking is a nice way to discover a country or things like this. But the bike is even better because you can do longer distance.
Yeah.
But on the walking, you can really go inside the territory. But that was a lot about education, and this is something I really like. Now we are a lot connected with the phone, and it's super nice to disconnect and be with the nature.
It is. It recharges you completely on a different level. So, okay. Paul, merci beaucoup. It's been amazing to have you on the Castelli pod for a second time. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you. I'm excited to test product this afternoon.
Oh yeah, me too. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Let's go downstairs and get some lunch and then get you all kitted up in some of the new Winter 26 products and go for a spin together.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thanks Paul. Bye-bye.